It's official, the Oscar nominations were revealed this morning, and just like every year, there were some serious surprises and some even bigger snubs. What's up, y'all? It's Emil Ennis Jr. here with Clever News, and this morning, some stars woke up to a huge milestone moment in their career that all entertainers dream of, an Oscar nomination, but others were totally snubbed and left off the list even though they really deserved it. And I know these awards don't really define whether someone made the best movie or had the best song. I still get all riled up when my favorites don't make the cut. So we're here to break down all the biggest surprises and snubs for you so you can sound like you know what you're talking about, even if you haven't seen any of these movies. Let's start with our queen, Beyonce. Her song Spirit from The Lion King was nominated for a Golden Globe, but Beyonce and her song were not recognized with an Oscar nod. The nominees for Best Original Song include songs from Toy Story 4, Rocketman, Frozen 2, Breakthrough, and Harriet, but Beyonce and Lion King were nowhere to be seen. And the Beehive has spoken out on Twitter to share their disappointment. One person wrote, quote, "Me showing up at the Academy's door waiting for an explanation as to why Spirit by Beyonce was snubbed." Another said, "Don't even get me started on how Beyonce was snubbed for Spirit." And another fan wrote, "ABC realizing they now have an Oscar broadcast now with no J-Lo, no Beyonce, no Eddie, no host, and Oscar so white." Which brings me to my next point. Another huge surprise and snub was J-Lo being left out of the nominations for her role in Hustlers. I'm sorry, but did the Academy even see this scene? Apparently not, because that takes serious talent, and J-Lo's entire performance as Ramona was Oscar-worthy. She was praised by critics and received nominations at other prestigious award shows, but J-Lo was not recognized in the Best Supporting Actress category. And fans are especially upset by J-Lo's omission because they believe it is not the first time she's been snubbed at the Oscars. Many people were saying that she should have been nominated for her role as Selena in the 1997 biopic, and if J-Lo was nominated, she would have been the first US-born Latina nominated for an acting Oscar in 25 years. So, needless to say, fans are upset and they are calling for justice for J-Lo on social media. One person said, quote, "Jennifer Lopez being snubbed has me all like." Another said, "There is no way that Kathy Bates and Richard Jewell was better than Jennifer Lopez in Hustlers, and I will die on that hill." And another wrote, quote, "So you mean to tell me that ScarJo got two Oscar noms, while Awkwafina, Zhao Shujin, J-Lo got completely snubbed? And not a single nomination for Booksmart, The Farewell, Hustlers, or Uncut Gems? Eat a sandwich, Oscars." And this brings me to one of the biggest surprises. Scarlett Johansson did receive 2 nominations in 2 separate categories. She was nominated for Best Lead Actress for her role in Marriage Story and Best Supporting Actress for her role in Jojo Rabbit. And some thought that someone else could have gotten the nomination, like Awkwafina, for instance. Earlier this year, Awkwafina kicked off the 2020 awards season by making history as the first woman of Asian descent to win a Golden Globe for Best Actress. And we all know that the Oscar nominees are usually overwhelmingly white, but Awkwafina's snub is particularly upsetting. With Awkwafina out of the running, 2020 will mark the 85th year without a nominee of Asian descent. Yes, you heard that right, 85 years. Only one woman of Asian descent has ever been nominated in the Best Actress category. It was Merle Oberon, who was nominated in 1935 for her turn as Kitty Bain in The Dark Angel, and she did not win. So with Beyonce, J-Lo, Awkwafina, and more out of the running, it's clear the Oscars still have a ways to go when it comes to nominating diversity. But along with snubbing people of color, women always struggle to get nominated in the Best Director category. And this year is no different. Once again, the Oscars snubbed female directors in its nominations. Not a single woman was nominated for Best Director, even though many of the year's most critically acclaimed movies were directed by women. And when my girl Issa Rae was announcing the nominations, she threw some subtle shade saying congratulations to those men.
Nice. I did it. Thank you so much. Congratulations to those men. And finally,
Greta Gerwig was not nominated for directing Little Women, despite the film getting 6 other nominations, including Best Picture. Greta was nominated in the past for directing for her movie Lady Bird, but was left out this year. And the cast members of the movie were outraged, even though some of them were nominated for their acting roles. Florence Pugh, who got her first ever Oscar nomination for her role in Little Women, spoke to Entertainment Weekly about Greta's snub. She said, quote, "It's incredibly upsetting. It's a shame that it's still a conversation." And fans are pretty upset too. One person wrote, "To nominate Greta for Best Picture and Best Screenplay and Best Actresses, but not Best Director, just truly speaks to the way we don't view women as auteurs, no matter how much they clearly are." And another wrote, "When the Oscars voting body is overwhelmingly white, male, and with an average age of near the grave, we really have to question what validation from them even means." So clearly the Oscars still have a long way to go with diversity and inclusivity across the board. Now obviously we couldn't talk about all the snubs, but I want to know what you guys think about the nominations. Were any of your favorites snubbed? And what nomination were you most surprised by? Let me know down in the comment section below. Then be sure to hit that subscribe button right over here and click that bell to get notified every time we post. And then when you're done with that, click over here as well for a brand new video and give this video a big old thumbs up. Thank you so much for hanging out with me here on Clevver News, guys. I'm Emil Ennis Jr. You can find me at Emil Ennis Jr. and I'll see you soon.